I'm just all talking and everything, and I wasn't even live. This is the first time I've scheduled one, so I didn't know what I was doing. Are you there, Missy? I hope some people will come in. Hey, Mirandy, how are you doing? So this is the first time I've scheduled a live. Yay! I did it. Now I'm just trying to wait and see if a few more people come in. Cause hey, Angie, woohoo! I can read comments and everything. Thought I might make me a cup of coffee while I was letting some people get in here. Yeah, I thought that it might be a good time because I know there's been a lot of people being, questioning why, and I'm not making excuses at all, but why, what was Adam Montgomery's last name, Kayla? Why she would stay with him. Um, and I just thought now might be a good time to talk about why women stay in abusive relationships. And I just love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here. I had so much fun earlier, and I'm glad that y'all are here with me now. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I've got this damn song going through my head. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I don't know why I got that going through my damn head, but it's about to drive me crazy. The other day, it was another one that kept going through my head, and I can't stand the song. I don't know why I get these songs stuck in my head. It's called an earwig when that happens, too. I don't know why it's called that either. That's a weird name for it, but the useless facts that are in my head sometimes. Well, I guess, oh, Angie, I will stay as long as I can. My son and girl is hungry. I got that. I feel that 100%. That, let's talk about all the good things and the bad things, but baby, yeah. I just get these songs stuck in my head, and sometimes I don't even know where they come from. What do you have, an Angie? I might have to head your way. I cooked chicken this morning. I baked it in the air fryer, and oh my God, was that good! Best chicken I've made in forever. Of course, my best chicken wings is cooked in the air fryer. Burgers and home fries. That sounds good. When's dinner? I eat a lot of burgers because it's something that's easy for me to have when I'm cooking for one, and I don't know how to cook for one. So, burgers is something that's easy for me to just make a little bit. Well, you better eat some for me, woman. Yeah, I'm a little jealous. Everybody's talking about everybody getting to meet up this summer, and I know there's no way in hell I'd ever get to do it, but man, that would just be awesome. kind of what I wanted to talk about is there are a lot of reasons why women stay in abusive relationships, especially, but most of the time they were. Well, let's start with me, okay? I was raised by a very controlling and abusive mother, and she taught me to bow down and cower. And for many years, I did that with my husband too. And she didn't even believe me. She's like, "Oh, he's a little skinny thing. You could have whipped his ass." Yeah, but you taught me not to. And I don't know that she ever understood that. That she was the reason that I didn't stand up to him. And for I stayed for the kids, but in a way that was more of an excuse than anything. I stayed because I didn't know how to be alone, and I was scared to be alone. Um, and I did stay for the kids to some degree because my mom had worked my head about my dad and made me hate him, and I didn't want my kids to not know their dad. And as toxic as he was, it was what I knew, right? Some women stay because they don't know how to be alone. Some women stay because they're afraid to be alone. Some women stay because they have zero self esteem, which I had zero self esteem and zero self worth at the time. Um, Even when I got a domestic violence case involved and found a way out, I still ended up going back to it because I didn't know any other way. Now, that was a long time ago. My boys are 32 and 33 now. So, yeah, it's a long time ago, and I've done a lot of growing in that time. And women that have no self esteem, women that don't know how they are going to raise kids by themselves, women that are terrified of being alone. They don't know anything else. And sometimes it's easier to stay with the status quo than to rock the boat. And it's sad. It's sad that women have to think like that. It's sad that women are brought up to be that way. It's called a codependent relationship. I went to college later in life. I didn't go when my boys were little. I got my master's degree. I went back to college at 37, and I did 6 years of college in four, graduated with honors, and so 40, 37, 41 when I graduated with my master's degree. And I learned a lot. Hey, Barbarian's wife, I just saw you, babe. I really appreciate it. And Jim's mom, thank you for being here. We're talking about why women stay in abusive relationships. And with all the talk going on about Kayla, right? Montgomery, Adam Montgomery's wife, about why did she stay, why didn't she leave him, and why did she put up with all of that? It's A lot of it is fear, and a lot of it's not knowing how to stand on your own 2 feet and support yourself and take care of babies on your own and what the and I appreciate every one of y'all. Every one of y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Hey Snake. I was over there in your chat a while ago, Snake. Callie babe. Hi Callie babe. I think Kelly Babe is a new name that I haven't seen. Toys. How are you doing, baby? I just love y'all. Y'all are so awesome. Thank y'all for being here. Do y'all have anything to say about other reasons women might stay in abusive relationships? I'm open to other ideas too. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Callie, babe. Comfortable, yeah. It was more comfortable to be in that relationship than to rock the boat, even though it was detrimental to myself. And mm, um, like I said, I was raised to cower down, to not stand up for myself. It's taken me a long time to get there. No confidence, yeah. No self esteem. I had zero self esteem, zero self worth. Fear the unknown. How are you going to raise kids by yourself? That was a hard one for me too. I didn't know how to take care of myself. How was I going to take care of two little boys by myself? That was a big factor for me too. And I just think a lot of people are extra. Hey, Queen Nick. A lot of people are extra judgmental when they've never walked in those shoes and they don't understand. Um, I try to do the best I could for my kids, but when you're scared to be by yourself because you don't know how to take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of two little boys too? And back then, trigger warning, um, I was very much on the verge of unaliving myself several times. And it was just really hard to deal with. But look at me now. Like I said, my boys are 32 and 33 now, and they're grown men with babies of their own and um, helping their poor crippled old mama, as much as they can. And it's it's just I've come a long way, and you can't, everybody can. You just got to have a support system. You got to have people that believe in you and show you that you can believe in yourself. Does that make sense? Aw, thank you, toys. Everybody can, with the right people, everybody can do that. They can find their self, and you just sometimes it just takes having a support system. And I didn't grow up with a support system. I grew up being the scapegoat. Oh my gosh, somebody's at my door. Hold on. I'll be right back. Ah, hey, I'm doing a live video. Can I holler back at you? Oh, they're right here. Uh-uh. You're okay. You didn't have no way of knowing. I'm gonna have to put a note on my door saying live video, yeah. The ones in the bag, yeah, those are already open.
I like that picture. I wish we could have done that.
That's okay. We got it done. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, okay, I saw, there we go, Queen Knit. I left my abusive first husband and the kids and I lived in a motel until I could save enough to afford another place. Best thing I ever did. That was 22 years ago, and he is still in and out of jail. My first husband, my abusive husband, was a paranoid schizophrenic. He got hooked on airplane glue when he was in the Air Force, and they diagnosed him with paranoid schizophrenic and kicked him out. And in a lot of ways, I have to say that his abusive tendencies had a lot to do with his mental health diagnosis. But that was still not an excuse. Plus, he was a drunk, and so yeah. But yeah, Queen. Best thing I ever did was leaving him too. He has come back into my life now that my kids are grown, and he wants to act like I'm one of his best friends, and I'm like, dude, you realize you used to beat the shit out of me, right? And I don't say that to him, and I keep the peace for my kids' sake. But I want to say that when he acts like we're supposed to be friends. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy for you, Barbarian's wife. Live streamer, no pizzas. Um, I'm happy you found the right one. I don't want another one. I've been married twice in one long-term relationship, and um, got a boyfriend. He goes home. I come home. We don't live together. I don't want to live with him. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Snake. I do a lot of that. Folding clothes and cleaning while I'm listening. Oh, that's so sweet. Queen Nick. Once my kids' dad wasn't in their lives until after, well, when I moved in here, I come across their aunt on Facebook, and I got my son, my youngest son, in touch with her, and through her, he got them in touch with their dad. I never wanted them to not know him, but I also couldn't have him in my life because the man did really bad things to me. I'm sorry, Barbarian's wife, but and everybody deals with it different. Like I said, I went into a domestic violence shelter even, but I still ended up going back to him, and that was when I learned that you can't help anybody until they decide they want to help themselves. And it's got to come from them. I've seriously considered volunteering at the domestic violence shelter. That's just, well, the offices are just about a block and a half from where I live, and I may still do that for a while, till I can go back to work. And I don't understand so many of the women on YouTube that are just constantly fighting with each other when we could be so much more powerful if we would just find a way to love one another and get along and support one another. And Life would be so much better for a lot of us that way. Does that make sense? Mirandy, are you still here? You've been quiet. Yeah. If, it's like, okay, so I live in Oklahoma, which is one of the bigger areas for Native Americans in the United States. Not the big, not, you know what I'm saying, I think. Most people do. And, I've constantly said if instead of fighting between the different tribes, if they would all come together and support one another, they could run the United States. They would take it over in a heartbeat, but they got to fight all the time. And I see that happening on YouTube with women. Of course, I've seen it in the workplace too with women. And it's crazy. Okay, I was just making sure you were still here. Um, I've seen it in the workplace too, where women are just stabbing each other in the damn back, and it's like, can we not just figure out a way to get along and support one another? Even if we don't agree 100%, we can still support one another and be nice to each other, right? Why is that so hard? And you know, I try to find the good in everybody. And let me tell you, some people make it really hard. You know, I don't know why, Angie, but onions don't make me cry anymore. No, it shouldn't be hard, but I think about certain ones that are constantly just stabbing people in the back. And it is. It's hard to find something to even think nice about them. And I think we all know who I'm thinking of. Um, I try not to talk bad about anybody. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think that was a lot of what helped me too, Queen, is, thinking about my boys growing up to be abusers because they watched that and I couldn't take that chance. I'm sorry that onion whooped your ass, Angie. I didn't have the courage to leave in my teenage years. Sometimes I kind of wish I had, but starting about the age of 11, I was the babysitter, the cook, the house cleaner. I took care of the drunk parents. I took care of the brother and sister. And it was a lot. And it, I'm glad you're listening, Mirandy. Whose hair are you cutting? Yeah, I never wanted mine back in my life either. And, at one point he had beat the crap out of me and the cops came and I was hysterical. I was crying and I was kind of loud, to be honest. And the cops threatened to take me to jail. And I'm like, he beat the shit out of me and you're going to take me to jail? Whenever you're ready, Angie, you're more than welcome to share it. Um, I want people to be able to talk about stuff. I see we got some people bush watching. Welcome. Nice, Mirandy. Welcome, bush watchers. Um, say hi if you feel like it. Um, if not, we're just glad you're here, and I hope that something that somebody says can help you. I I totally get not wanting them back in your life, Ms. I put up with him because my boys want him in their lives, and I try to be fair, even though people not often been fair to me in my life. Same here, Queen. And I'm sorry, I typed Queen Mick, but for some reason autocorrect changes it to Mike every time. Where did that just go? Oh, there it is. I'm glad you got out, Barbarian's wife. It's not easy. I understand that, Miss. I'm so sorry, Jen's mom. You've got a support system here if you want it. Um, there's a, I hope in my chat I can attract mostly kind-hearted men and women. I mean, I don't want to say I don't want men here because that's not true. Um, but they need to be kind. They don't need to be mean to women. They don't need to be rude to women. Um, and the women here, I won't tolerate being ugly to other women either. We gotta find a way to support one another. My mom has been gone a while, but she was never my support system. My kids were more of a support system to me than my mother ever was. My sister doesn't have anything to do with me anymore. My brother doesn't really have much of anything to do with me. And that's okay because you know what? My life is happier since I took out the people in my life that hurt me. It was hard, but it was necessary too. Doesn't mean I didn't love them. I'm glad you had her, Jen's mom. I wish I'd have had a mother. In all honesty, when we lived in Maine, I had a mother that was like that. But when we moved back to Oklahoma, she became an alcoholic and she wasn't that woman anymore. We love you, Jen's mom, and if you need support of any kind, you can always come to most of us. I can't speak for everybody, but I think most of us here uh, would support you, baby. See, see what Angie just said? I'm gonna highlight that. Um, I wish I'd have had a mama like that growing up. My mom's best friend was better to me than my mom was. She took up for me many times when my mom was hateful to me. I want to tomorrow night we're going to talk about, and I'm going to have a friend of mine that's actively on dating websites come up with me. Please hit that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Angie. I don't know how to make anybody a moderator yet. I'm going to try to figure that out eventually. But tomorrow night, I'm going to have my friend up that's actively on dating sites. Well, you don't even have to be on a dating site anymore. You can be on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I get more people on Instagram than anywhere trying to hit on me. And we're going to talk about uh, the trouble with online dating and things along those lines. And I've worried about her so much because yeah, we'll go over it tomorrow night. I love y'all so much. I love the support I'm seeing in this chat right now for one another. I love how y'all are supporting Jen's mom. Hey, Melinda. Yes, there's a lot to unpack with online dating. There very much is. Um, well, and I'm not even looking for dating, but I get guys on there all the time, on especially Facebook and Instagram. And I just gotten to the point when they start sending me messages, I block them. I met a few guys online too, and I've met a lot of scammers online, Melinda, and there's just a lot that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. Jen's mom, do you see the love that you're getting on here, baby? There's been a couple of times I was live late at night, and Jen's mom and who was the other one that was in there with you, Jen's mom? Oh, it was Pandaberries, wasn't it? Was in there with me, and we talked. I think it was Jen's mom. Everybody's just so supportive in here, and that just warms my heart and makes me so happy. I'm still new to doing my own lives. I'll get better at it, but I try to find stuff that I think are important topics to talk about right now. And things that I have personal experience in as well. I got a boyfriend. I just don't want to get married or live with them. Um, I like what I got. I don't need any more. I've not got good skills at choosing a decent man, and I've accepted that fact, and I've learned to live with it. Can be happy without a man under my feet all the time. Well, Jen's mom, if you don't want to say it on YouTube, reach out to me. I think Angie said the same thing. And I know I'm not the type of person to go be putting your stuff on YouTube. I can't stand that when people do that. I can't stand it at all. I've sat and watched some of how some of these women move, and it just blows my mind. I feel that, Melinda. After two failed marriages, technically I'm a widow, even though I wasn't with the second one when he died. Uh, I can't no more. I can't do it because I can't lose myself again. Ooh wee, you got a like on Plenty of Fish, huh? I don't know. Is that good? No, I get that barbarian's laugh. Okay, Jim's mom. No, no pressure, babe. I promise. Now, Queen Nick, I don't know why I thought you lived in the UK. Computer nerds are awesome. They want pictures, or they want to send you pictures. They want to send you pictures of their schlong. I don't know why guys think we want to look at that. Changing. Oh, charging. I was like, why are you changing, Miss? Well, that's awesome, Queen. I don't know. Maybe it was the nickname. I don't know what made me think that. I know. I don't understand why guys think we want to look at that. Right, Snake? Well, I ain't taking no picture of my cooter. They can guess what it looks like. I think we understood, Angie. But yeah, they ain't nothing gonna get you blocked quicker than sending me a schlong pic or asking me for pictures. I ain't sending you my titties. I ain't sending you my cooter. If I wanted that shit out there, I would send it to somebody that matters. Hi, sweet misery. It's the funniest word ever. Well, it could be worse. You could call it camel toe. And some of them women are proud of those damn camel toes. Cooter cat. Meow. Mm, coffee is so yummy. Now, sweet misery, I'm not sure I know who you are. Golden pussy. Stumbled on this channel and saw some of my face in here. Just wanted to say, Jim's mom, I'm here for you. Hey, Breezy. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet, uh, where'd she go? Sweet Misery. I almost said Sweet Harmony. I knew that wasn't right. Camel toe, yeah. Keep your camel toe to your damn self. Thank you, Mirandy, for sharing my link. Wow, I got 16 whole people in here. I'm feeling special. I love Miss Mirandy, Sweet Misery, and I'm glad to have y'all here. This is only like the third time I've ever gone live on my own channel, so thank you, Queen. Aw, thank you, Mirandy. I aim for my channel to be a very supportive place and a place where we can learn to be kinder to one another. That's kind of what I aim for. She does have a beautiful soul, Queen. Hi, Mo. I've seen you in chats before, Mo, but I don't think I've really talked to you much. Well, thank you, Sweet Misery. I still don't talk a whole lot in chats because it's still a little hard for me. Oh, thank you. That's okay, Angie. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps, and I've been trying to share some on like Facebook. Aw, thank you, Mizzy. I love y'all so much. Y'all are just so nice to me. And you know, we need to support one another, like I've said so many times. And I know I probably sound like a broken record now, but I really don't care. If more women supported other women instead of being rude and hateful to them, the world would be a much better place, in my ever so humble opinion. Um, too much hate in the world. Mizzy over there trying to share her cooter cat. Oh, thank you, Queen. You know, I've just watched women tear each other down for so many years, and there's no sense in it. I, I strive to be the person that. Well, I live in a building Or if I sit out front, you see business people walk by and stuff a lot, and I'll see women walking down the sidewalk, and I'll tell them they love their hair. Or, wow, those shoes are awesome. Yes, lift the others up. The cooter. Cooter is closed for business. I love laughing too. That's what draws me to the people that I follow mostly because I love to laugh. It does catch them off guard because they're not used to it. Yeah, same thing you just said. I just think that we need to do that more. Women are so tore down. Well, thank you, sweet misery. I well, especially I don't know about where everybody else lives, but where I live, it's kind of a good old boys network. Do y'all know what that means? Um, if you're not part of the good old boys network, you don't count. And women aren't part of the good old boys network. If you get what I'm saying. Aw, thanks, Angie. Um, if you're not one of the boys, you're not part of the good old boys, and you don't count. And in areas like that, I can't speak for everywhere else because I haven't lived everywhere else. But in areas like that, women are often made to feel inferior, and we can't let that go on. Okay. Well, thanks, Jim's mom. I do too, especially when they've got really pretty hair or something breezy. Well, I do it with men too. You just got to be a little more careful because they might think you're coming on to them, and then they're gonna want a picture of you cooter. Yeah, it makes people feel better when they get a compliment. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I said that. Who was it? Was it Tragic was singing that the other night? Somebody was singing that the other night on their live. All right, thanks, Miss. Potato and sausage soup. That sounds good. I might heat up a piece of that chicken I cooked this morning. Now I'm gonna have that running through my head. Yeah. Eh, what does it hurt? Does it hurt us in any way to compliment somebody rather than tearing them down? Like I said, sometimes you can make somebody's day just by saying something nice to them. Maybe they're having a really bad day, and that one nice thing that you say just turns things around for them. I got my first tattoo this last year. I got a semicolon because in more ways than one, my story's not over with yet. And this channel is just one step on the way to what I hope to accomplish at some point eventually. I want to help people have better self esteem and, yeah, um, I want to help people have better self esteem and be able to learn to do nice things for others. Okay, Brandy, thank you. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to get out of here and have all kinds of new subs and not even know what to do. Yeah, sometimes people just do need to vent. They need to get it out. Oh my God, we're at 93. I've not been near that. Wow. Aw. Yep. Very, very many don't. I was a mental health counselor until my kidneys quit. Wow. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are so awesome. I'm gonna cry. I'm going with my 17 alt. I don't have an alt. Somebody's gonna have to teach me how to do that. Or an alt. What's the difference? Wow, I don't know what to think. Y'all are awesome. I turned on Do Not Disturb on my phone so people wouldn't be calling me while I was on here. Because just as I was getting ready to go live, Nizzy, I got a phone call. Who's Salty AF? They just subscribed. Y'all are awesome. Wow. I'm going to cry. Thank you guys. It means the world to me. And I'm going to try to start doing more lives. If people have suggestions for topics for me to talk about, I'm open to things that y'all would like to hear about. Hey, Simply Becca, how is your daughter doing? Hi. I don't know if you remember me, Becca, but I am also looking to get a kidney transplant. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Queen Mick. Thank you, everybody. Angie, Randy. I'm glad. I'm glad she's doing good, Becca. Well, thank you. This is only like my third live, and the other two I did in the middle of the night when I was sitting in there in my hallway doing my dialysis and just trying to stay awake. So, but this one seemed a little more little more important, and I wanted to do it during the day. And tomorrow we're going to do one about online. I hate to call it online dating because you don't even have to go on a dating website anymore. So you just get people in your inboxes and crap. Well, I was waiting on you to do it, Ms. Unless you just want me to do it on my own. Okay. I just don't, I wasn't sure who that was. I've seen the name, the Salty AF. I just wasn't sure who it was. I only accept good people over here. I I seriously just want us to spread spread compliments and love and laughter and good fortune and support for one another. That's my hope. Seriously. Oh wow. Hmm. I'm still figuring out everything on here. Yeah, it is crazy. Well, what I was getting at was I'm not even looking. But on Facebook and Instagram, I'm not on TikTok, but I got a friend that has so many guys trying to pick her up on TikTok. I get them on Facebook and Instagram, and as soon as they start trying to private message me, I'm blocking them because I'm not looking. I'm not interested. I have what I want, and that's all that I want. Hi, Petty Lane. Wow. Oh my gosh, I got 19 people in here. Wow. And I've seen, several of y'all in the same places. So I'm glad to have every one of y'all here. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you to everybody that has subscribed. And this is a safe place for anybody that wants to vent or talk about their situation. We were originally talking about why women stay in abusive relationships. And a few people have shared a little bit about their abusive relationships and how they've moved on. And what you making for dinner, Petty Lane? Yeah, I've gotten to where I really only eat like one real meal a day. And a lot of times that's just like a hamburger patty or a piece of chicken. I always like to hear what other people are making though. Angie was making burgers and home fries, I think. It's just me, so it's so easy for me to just make one burger for me. A lot of times I don't do a lot more than that because I cook too much and then it don't all get eat. And I don't expect anybody to share that isn't comfortable sharing. That if anybody wants to share, they're more than welcome to. And you're about to eat it too. Well, eat a bite for me, Angie. Now we would do ground beef with onions and bell peppers and mac and cheese. And we would make like a casserole out of it, Becca. Patricia. Oh, hey, Patricia. I didn't see you to start with. I'm sorry. Yep, easy to make. My problem is I don't know how to make a little bit. Since I was about 11, I've been cooking for a family of 5. Hi, MTB. Pay attention to the road. Hi, Crafting with D. Yeah. Well, and if you get that government cheese and you put it in between each layer, oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm so excited to have so many people here that I've not ever seen on my channel before. Welcome, everybody. At 2 o'clock, slot open. Are you giving me a hint there, Barbarian's wife? Oh, okay. Okay, now I know who it is. Welcome, MTB. Hey, whatever. What are protein chips? Panda berry. I got 21 people in here right now. Wow. 118 subs. Probably. Okay, I gotta know what the hell protein chips are. What are they made out of, Queen? I might need to check into some. Well, I need to find out what they are so I can get some. I'm gonna have to Google it, I guess. Are they made out of soy? Because I'm kind of allergic to soy. Barbarian's wife. So the women in my family, when we get pregnant with our first baby, for some reason our bodies don't handle it very well, and it zaps the calcium and it makes our teeth start rotting. Well, add on top of that, I had morning sickness the whole 9 months, and we'll just say in my 30s I had all my teeth pulled, early 30s, and I went like 6 weeks without any teeth in. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Queen. Um, so I couldn't eat anything crunchy, and I love crunchy. Like I'm an ice muncher from old school. Yeah, I can't have them if they got a lot of soy in them. But I missed crunching stuff, and as soon as I got my teeth and could close my lips around them, I was crunching everything. You have a good night, crafting. Oh, is soy a no-no with transplants? I knew that buffets are a no-no after you've had a transplant, but I don't know everything that's a no-no. Eat a piece of cake for me. Yeah, happy birthday to your son. Germs, I believe. Well, oranges and grapefruits are a no-no now, being on dialysis. Yeah, I kind of figured you did, barbarian, but I wasn't going to point it out. Um, yeah, it has to do with the germs for the buffets. I'm assuming the grapefruits and the oranges can counteract one of the medications. I know grapefruits can counteract certain medications. I didn't know about soy sauce. It could be also a problem with being sanitary. I don't know. I know now I can eat just a little bit of soy sauce, like on my rice or something, but not much. And to eat a burger from some place that swears they don't put soy in their burgers, yeah, I can always tell because it gives me way bad gas. No bueno. I like buffets, but it's something I'm willing to give up if I get a transplant. I don't know where my oldest son got it from, but like his food can't touch other food. Not if, when. Now, I didn't realize about deli meats. Does that mean like prepackaged deli meats or fresh deli meats that you have them cut for you or all of the above? Oh, wow. I did not know all of that, Becca. Use it with a in a time frame. Well, that's cool. Let's see, good information for me to have. I don't buy a lot of deli meat, but it's good to know what I can plan on. Once in a while, I like that kind of stuff. I don't eat a lot of bread and sandwiches either, and when I do, I usually make it homemade. I can't wait. I'm going to make some focaccia bread soon. Got to get through tonight and tomorrow, but then I can make focaccia bread. Oh, I made some garlic confit today. I love garlic. Garlic is so good for you too. I know that they tell pregnant women now not to eat deli meats too. So I guess that kind of makes sense. What did I spill on my? I spilled something on my boot. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna afford that though. Of course, once I can get back to work, it won't be so bad. Guess it's a good thing I don't eat very much anymore. Sorry, we kind of got off track, didn't we? I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and she still tried to call me. Honey, I drank so much water one time that I ended up in the hospital in hyper something or another, which basically means too much water. No, no, it wasn't you. I get off track easy. It's not you, Becca. And I think a lot of people are liking learning about it. It's not just me. Oh, I have a circle bottle. I drink water too. Oh, I do too. I can just be going down a path and just completely go squirrel. And you know, it's I have discovered last year that most likely I have suffered from ADHD my entire life. And I just thought that I was really good at multitasking. So I can be doing 15 things at once sometimes. I can't right now because I kind of have to concentrate to stay on top of the chat, but most of the time I can't just do one thing. I'm not sitting in that chair for 3 hours while I do my treatment just about kills me. I have to be on the phone, doing a live, reading a book, crocheting, doing something. I can't sit still for 3 hours and not do anything. Yeah, I do that too. Good night, barbarian's wife. Sweet dreams. Yeah, I would like to get into more crafts. I do have a diamond painting that I'm thinking about doing that I got off of Temu. It's a cute little turtle, but okay, Miss, don't worry about it, babe. Well, I haven't even started it, Becca, because for the longest I couldn't see to do it. And yeah, I'm probably going to have the same problem. I can't sit long enough to finish it. But I can't sit long enough to finish the hats and scarves that I'm working on either, and I want to try to sell them. So, and sometimes with those needles in my arm, I can't crochet while I'm doing my treatment either. Just depends on how well I'm running when I get those needles in there. 'Cause I use the biggest needles they make. Oh, I need to go in and update my Bitmojis and fix me a new picture because that one's an old one. My hair is gray now; it's not red anymore. Yeah, well, when I went to the facility to do it, I just go up there and go to sleep. But at home, I got to stay awake so I can take my blood pressure every 30 minutes to make sure that I'm not going to pass out. So it was a trade off that was worth it. It just, I had to learn to put them 14 gauge needles in my arm. And when I went to the ER that night, the nurses, I told them I did my dialysis at home, and they said, "Oh, you're doing peritoneal dialysis?" And I said, "No, I put 14 gauge needles in my arm." And they said, "What?" And nurses know what a 14 gauge needle looks like, so they were freaking out. But it is what it is, and there ain't much I can't do once I put my mind to it. And I wanted out of that facility. I've been doing it for 8 years, and it just got unbearable this last year. Yeah, 14 gauge needles are the biggest ones they make. And I put two of them in my arm 4 times a week at home. I've gotten pretty good at it though. I make less marks on my arm than they did in the facility now. Boy, in the beginning, I didn't know. It was the one thing I was scared about doing my dialysis at home was having to put those needles in. Yeah, me too. Oh, thank you. I'm a little more worried about something else. So, 2.5 years ago, I broke my left ankle. Oh, I broke the fibia. And when they took the cast off at the place that I went to, they said, "Oh, by the way, we missed it the first time, but you also crushed your ankle. Now you'll just have to live with it." Well, 2.5 years later, I finally found somebody to do surgery on it to fix it, and the screws aren't holding. And he told me last week that I may end up losing my foot just because otherwise I won't be able to walk on it, and I don't want to lose my foot. Right. Well, I'm thinking I might try to be the dialysis social worker. You know what I really wanted to do, Becca Lynn, when I first started dialysis and I found out they had dialysis cruises, I was like, I want to go be the social worker on that cruise. Damn the luck. They don't use social workers on dialysis cruises. But yeah, I've thought about it. I think I would work for a different unit than where I went though, because they've gotten to be not so nice and they expect their social workers to travel an awful lot. So I think I might try to work for a different company, but I don't know. Um, I've worked so hard. I've been diabetic for 33 years. Um, and I've worked really hard to keep my feet. And from what I understand, this guy's the best in the state. So I don't know that a second opinion's going to do any good. I do go back on the 6th for him to go in and take the screws out, though. And he said, "We're going to try a brace and see where we go from there." And if that's what ends up happening, and it makes my quality of life better, I'm able to walk around and play with my grandbabies and stuff, then I guess it'll be worth it in the long run. But damn it, I've worked so hard to keep from losing my feet from being diabetic. that it just makes me angry. This place where I live has broken my ankle because it's supposed to be handicapped and disabled or handicapped and elderly apartments, but the floors are slick, and I've fallen so many times, and this time I just happened to crush my ankle when I fell. They've destroyed 2 cars since I've lived here. They've given me bugs twice and made me pay to get rid of them. They're nickel and diming me left and right and trying to kill me. And on disability, you don't make enough to live on. And I got to get the hell out of here before this place completely kills me. I want a house. I want a house where I can have a little garden. I have been through so much in my life that this too, I will make it through. It just was the shock at the time. Yeah, and I agree with that, Becca Lynn. It just was the shock of it when he said that to me. It broke my heart a little. But, there's not anything that I can't get through. I've made it through worse. Um, I'll get through this too. I'm one tough bitch, and there's not much can keep me down for long. Not anymore. But it's been an hour and a half. I think. Oh, and I always pick myself back up. Yeah, I'm a tough old bitch, ain't I, Miss? I appreciate it, guys, more than y'all know. I appreciate it so much. I had promised myself I wouldn't talk about this tonight. I appreciate it. I love you, Mizzy. Thank you, sweet misery. Y'all, I'm glad you did too, Breezy. I hope you keep coming back. Like I said, tomorrow night we're going to talk about online dating, whether it's intentional or accidental. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to seeing y'all again. It's been fun. Um, and a lot of my stuff is going to probably center around uh, mental health issues of different types too, just because that's kind of my forte, has been my whole life, Becca. But I will see you guys soon. Hey, Colin, welcome. And y'all have a wonderful night. And if somebody else goes live, I'm sure I'll probably see y'all there too. Y'all have a wonderful night. I love y'all. And thanks for your support again. I'm so honored.